All right, everybody. Welcome to a Friday edition of SPNHL Talk Season 26. We are going into the finals. Finals preview. The final two teams are in the Cup, and to no surprise, New York Rangers handled their business. They're sitting there. Everyone knew it. Everyone wanted to deny it, but without a doubt, they're sitting there representing the East. Cosmo and his New York Rangers. And then over on the West, we have quite a, not really a surprise, but a surprise nonetheless, in my opinion. Didn't quite think that Anaheim would be able to be beaten, but they were, and Chicago was the team to do it, which, you know, if there was any team after they played that series against LA that could do it, it would be Chicago. I kind of enjoyed their roster preseason and said it then that they had a great amount of talent. Just it was a question of availability and if they would produce on ice, and obviously they did, because here they are sitting in the finals, representing the Western Conference. So I just want to welcome both GMs onto the show. Kaz from the New York Rangers, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Just thought I'd spend my night with you.
There you go. Well, it's not going to be a long night, but it's just you two, and really there's only one big thing to really talk about other than your series against each other, and that's how Monday went out. And then we have the wonderful GM from the Chicago Blackhawks, Mr. 5 Point. What up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? I know you taking some time. You had 5 stars scheduled to be on with his weather from Chicago, but unfortunately, I think he had a weather storm take his phone away from him, and he's not able to be on the show tonight. And you jumped up on there, so thank you for being on.
Oh, no problem.
So I'm gonna start just on my side with me and Cosmo series. The Monday night delay. I'm gonna call it the Monday delay, because they had an issue. They couldn't get guys. They were going to be delayed. So we were sitting there giving time. And we gave time, and my guys wanted to forfeit, and I don't believe in forfeiting in the playoffs. So I'm going to put my disclaimer in now. I do not believe in forfeits in the playoffs. I think you're playing the same team. I don't see why you can't give another team as much time as they want, because in all reality, you want your best guys on in the playoffs. And if you need 10 minutes, you're going to get 10 minutes, in my opinion, in the playoffs to get the best team you can out there, because things happen, work happens, people can't make it, and some people need time. So Kaz approached me, said some stuff. Now, mind you, that's my disclaimer. That's how I feel about it. We were close to forfeiting their game one, but I refused to, and we pulled Plisk in, and Plisk is like, I got nothing to do with it. This is playoffs. You guys figure it the hell out. And my guys made some valid points in the locker room about rescheduling, and they made some great points about not giving the time, and they had all these great points, but at the end of the day, we didn't take a forfeit win. We decided to play it out. And we actually needed more time because we were in a time constraint on our end, because we thought we'd be done game one by 9:30, and we didn't start game one, Cause, until 9:45, because we had to wait 10 minutes because one of my guys had to do something, because he told his wife he'd be done by 9:30. So from 9:30 to 9:40, we just waited another 10 minutes, but we didn't start our series till 9:45. But it didn't matter to me, because guess what? We were playing each other, and it wasn't a big deal on my idea of making sure that you had your lineup in and we had our lineup in, and we were going to play the series 6-on-6, all 7 games.
Yeah, there was not come even game 3. We had to wait a little bit between games 2 and 3, and then we had that lag out in the middle of it. So we gave each other time. I agree, no forfeits. I mean, if it gets to be the point where you have to reschedule it. You have all week, and you don't.
My only thing with the reschedule was just, and it's the point that my guys made, and they were right. You put your availability in for these nights, and on these other nights that you're off, granted, they're not SP nights, but you're committed to other leagues, and to get guys who work certain schedules, and then you can get the play, and you ain't going to be able to maybe get your best line again. You can't push it another week. You know what I mean? But in the same respect, you have a roster with 10, 12 players. You should be able to field 6 guys during the week to reschedule a game.
Exactly. And that was like, my guys were, they always want to play. And they, like, So they're like, look, if it comes to it and Chicago needs time, we're not going to forfeit them. We know we'll wait. We want to play every game. Whether we lose the cup or we win it, we want to play every game. And I agreed with them. Like, they just want to play some hockey.
Right. Now, 5 Point, explain to everyone and myself and Kaz, what was the situation with you in Anaheim? I know Reaper couldn't get somebody on. Something happened with I don't know which player, one of his players, something happened, personal life. I don't want to get into it, but he couldn't play now and he had to get someone else. So what happened that night?
He came to me. He told me what was going on. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll give you some extra time. I was just in a pissed off mood that night. Just to start, just in general. Then forcing the forfeit on me during the season. I know it's irrelevant, but I mean, I asked for 5 minutes. I was waiting for one guy who was on after those 5 minutes. We were ready. Helped me out on that trade had nothing to do with what they were talking about that night. I ended up playing Chow on a drop. I messaged L and said, post it if you want it, and I accepted it in the morning. I mean, any other given moment, I would have gave all night,
Right.
I mean, I agree, I could have rescheduled. I could have did a lot of things, but there was a lack of character on my part. I'll admit that. Very wrong. But everyone knows why I did it.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I will give you straight props right now for just being honest. You know what I mean? You're not trying to sugarcoat it. You're giving your reasons why you did it, and that's fine. Listen, I've received 5, man. I have you for the utmost respect, man. You know this for a fact. We've talked many a times before. I hold you in high regards, and for me to find out that you took it, I didn't know why until right now. But now, after saying what you said, I can see the reasonings why you would take it. So, I obviously, you know how I feel about those forfeits in the playoffs. So I don't really agree, but I can't disagree with you. You know what I'm saying, my man?
I agree and disagree with myself. It's until lack of character on my part. Everyone knows I'm the nicest fucking guy in this league. I'll give anybody time at any given moment. But I was just rubbed the wrong way, and it got to me.
And
right
along with that, we're the owners or GMs or whatever you want to call us of the teams. We have final say. So, I mean, you chose to, do the forfeit. I can see why you would do it based off of your reasons. But, you get final say. So whether your players, say, oh, forfeit them, you have final say. You can say, like Cuban said, he's not going to forfeit us. He went against what his players wanted. Can't let your players, control you either, though.
Everyone had their says, and like I said, I was just in a pissed off state that night, just to begin with, and like I said, lack of character. That's not me. Everyone knows that.
Like I said, I know. Listen, I said it. Like I wouldn't call it a lack of character, bud. Like you had reasonings. There was things that built up that led to that decision. It wasn't like that decision was made because you had 9 other dudes telling you F that guy, it's a forfeit. No, you had reasonings, and you were like, listen, man, this is how I feel, and this is what it is, and then you're taking a forfeit game 1. It's all within your power. Like there's no ultimate rule that says in the playoffs there's no forfeit. There's no written rule like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's something that I've enforced since I've been a GM, and I've gone into this league and contributed and become more of a voice. And I'm in there in the GM chat my first few seasons, and now I got a little more. I don't want to say I got a little more rep behind me now, and I stand my ground, and I want everyone to kind of have that mutual respect amongst each other, because being a GM in any league is hard. And in a small league like this, we should be respecting each other and looking out for each other more than I think we do. But in the same respect, during the regular season, a forfeit is, you got to take that one, man, because there's another group of guys waiting with their time constraints. But in the playoffs, it's hard for me to want to take a forfeit to even give one or take one. It's like, I wouldn't, like, no way. I'm sorry, no way. It's just hard. But, and again, you had your reasons, bro. It's something that's built up. It was something that, you were just, like you said, a lack of character. I don't think so, bud. I mean, you're a high standing dude. You're a very good GM, and you make do with your roster every single season, and you take your lumps like a man, dude. Guys still play for you. So, I don't think it's a lack of character. I just, like you said, man, it was the bunch of stuff in this equation that added up to this forfeit happening. And if things lined up differently with anyone else, you probably would have given him more time. But it just so happened to be that was the perfect storm that night, and it just caught you at the wrong time.
More or less, yeah. Heat in the moment type thing.
Now, heat in the moment type thing is your series with them. I obviously Monday night I didn't see how it went out. Tuesdays, I did see the last two games and see just the basics of what I've always said about that team is just taking your shots when you can get them and just throwing it on net. And you guys did a great job at that. And then 5-star in net, man. Like, to me, that's probably the story of that little series right there, is him in net those last 3 games.
Oh, he played solid.
Unreal, bro. Unreal.
But in the same thing, first game Tuesday night, Jaddy had, I think, a 22 save shutout.
Yes.
Like, I got to give it up to him. Like, we were shooting from everywhere. I was watching. I was working and watching.
Well, those first 2 games on Tuesday, he stopped like 38 out of 40 shots or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a beast, man. He is a beast.
I will say, Game 7 though, he gave up some weak shots that I didn't expect him to give up though.
But I don't think that's him. That's just pure. And I say this with just spite toward EA. And when I say it, people, even on my team, they think I'm crazy, and I'm not. Like, this game does not reward solid goalie play. It rewards whatever logic it gives to the puck at that moment when you're shooting. It's ridiculous. And sometimes you just need to keep throwing it on net, because eventually EA is going to fuck the goalie and he's going to give up some bullshit goals that he's in position for. And that's what happened. Definitely in my opinion, in Game 7, like, there was some shots that he was in great position and it just went in, and you're like, how the fuck does that go in? But it's just EA bullshit.
But yeah, those first 2 ones were definite. Like, I agree, they were they were both EA goals. Like, the one
was off of, I don't know if it was Doug or Mike, or it was off of somebody and went in the net. And then another one, it was on the power play.
Like, he was in position, standing. The shot was high, but somehow it went between us and his 5-hole.
Yep.
And then the last one I saw was the wrap. That's more on the goalie or him either being stuck on the post. That's hard to say whether he just forgot to move or, and then EA has those parts where the goalie just gets stuck to the post and you can't move off of it.
Right.
So that one's hard to say. And then the fourth one was just, a breakaway. He tried to save it with the flying poke check, went underneath him. That happens all the time. So, but in the end, it was a good series. I didn't get to watch all their games, obviously, but last 3 I watched, or 2.
I watched the last 2. I watched game 6 and game 7.
Yeah, I watched game 6 and 7 because I was,
or as I like to call it, game 5 and game 6.
Yeah. Well, I was in our game 5, so I didn't get to watch their game 4, I guess.
I'm such an ass. I can't help it, 5. I'm sorry, bro.
That's all right. I expected this.
I know you did. That's why I wanted you more on the 5-star. 5-star would have got all sensitive. You at least could take a little jabbing. I know it.
Oh, you've seen my teams the past how many seasons?
Oh, bro. Listen, I'm super excited for both of you. Both of you guys had some real lumps early in your. Yeah, we all took them, but you guys took some early lumps. You come back and you made the finals, and I'm super excited to have one, a new team get crowned, and two, to see both of you guys in the finals, and just I'm proud of both of you guys. I wish you both the best. The thing here now is for me is your matchup against each other, and it's literally David versus Goliath. You got 5 on the other side. You're staring at Kaz and the Rangers, who pretty much have been awoken and are in the playoffs, are playing lights out hockey, great defense, great goalie play. And then on your side, 5 or Kaz, you're looking at 5's team, who literally was looked over by LA and then go 7 games, take them down. Then Anaheim with Jaddy and Reaper and Kid, and they take them down in 7 games. So there's no quit in this team. And you guys, as you know, you probably have a little bit of a sigh of relief beating the New Jersey Devils, who you may have thought may have been your toughest competition, dismantling them in 5 games. Now you're thinking Chicago, trying not to overlook this Chicago team in the finals, and you know, you still got 4 wins left. That's, you know, the goal is 4 more wins for your boys. So
as long as we don't give them 7 games.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to just get here too around the corner is you got two different aspects. You got, you know, your team pretty much ready to raise the cup. Everyone's crowned you a month ago. And then you got Chicago, who's kind of like, you know what? Just continue to dog us because we're here to play. And they're playing very, very, very great hockey. So something's got to give in this series.
Well, I mean, looking at their roster, they have a great line of guys, so I'm not surprised. I am surprised they got by Anaheim. I didn't expect that, but and then, you know, but that roster, they got some talent on that roster, so I'm not surprised to see them here. But I am surprised that they were able to take down, you know, Anaheim with the skill that Anaheim does have this season. So it definitely will be a good season, a good series. I don't expect it to be another 5-game series. I think the 5 games that, you know, we had against you were just, honestly, it was some of that was EA in our favor.
In our series, like Monday night goalie play for us was very inconsistent, and that killed us. And then penalties, which I always told my guys, if we take penalties, we're dead. And we did. We took penalties and had bad goalie play, and it changed our dynamic. And then Tuesday nights, 2 games. Obviously, the throwaway game, game 4, your guys were fooling around, even though you wanted them to take it serious. And they all went enforcer, and then, you know, they got that W. We got the W, and then it was like, all right, let's put it on. And then I feel that, in my opinion, if it doesn't lag out, if Breezy doesn't lag out, I know we were down a goal, but I still felt that momentum was on our side a little bit. And then having the game restart kind of effed up the flow of the game for us. And then we did tie it, but still, it's just like it was a whole new game at that point. It really wasn't the game we were playing, and I don't know, that just EA BS, like the lag out just kind of threw us off that game 5. I would have liked to have just said hell with it, let's reset it and just play that entire game 5 over again, but that's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
And then game 4, like, I didn't want them going all enforcers. Like, that was the last thing. They were all lined up, and then fucking, I don't know who said it. It was someone said it in the team chat. They were like, let's all go enforcers, and I was like hell. So they all chose enforcers because I said no.
Listen, it's fine. I mean,
like, I get it. Have fun, right?
Yeah, dude, it totally, like, as soon as they did it, like, trust me, my guys were already on the, like, hey, we're not going to go out without a fight attitude, and then they go all enforcer. And I looked at them and I said, don't change a single thing you guys are doing. Just go out there and let's just play and let's just finish the season, guys. Let's go. And we did. We finished, and I thanked all my boys, and we're still actually in a team chat. No one's talking, but you know, it was good. It was a good season for us. Looking, Kaz, at Chicago, what is it that you want to do as a team against them?
Get 5.
Huh?
If we can get shots against him, I think we can beat him
Against 5-star?
Yeah, because I mean, we have the capability of holding the offensive zone, but we have the tendency to just pass it around all the time instead of shoot. So we need to start getting shots against them. I think that's going to be what it is. We have to get shots against him.
Now, 5, on your side, what is your team looking at trying to do against the Rangers?
More or less the same thing.
Yeah.
Just getting shots. They've been playing outstanding D, which I don't know where the fuck that was the whole season. They've been playing outstanding D. It's just getting shots and getting them in.
Well, I will say that having played just the Rangers series, their forwards of Stivy and Club and Voltage were very high powered, and then MX and Breezy, they played this amazing trap, and it's very tough to beat, and you got to change your style a bit, which we did game 5 and game 6 with the personnel I had out there. But games 1, 2, and 3, I immediately called it after game 1 what I felt we needed to do, and we just couldn't get it done with that lineup. We got it done with the second lineup a lot better, but it was too little too late for us at that point. And it's the same thing that I'm going to tell you, 5, is you can't carry the puck over the blue line, bro. Like, you just got to dump it in or shoot it in and then go and get it. And my guys didn't really do that until game 5 and game 6. And by then it was too late.
Yeah.
Or game 4 and game 5, excuse me. And like I said, by then it was too late. And then it was like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I've been calling it. And it's the same thing. Like, if you're going to try to carry the puck and you got guys that want to carry, you're going to be in trouble.
Oh, they're going to be dead blue line.
And for Kaz, it's your guys just continually like possession. Like, you guys do a great job, like you said, just holding the puck. If you guys hold the puck in their zone, I don't really think so much about shots, Kaz. I just think about it's just being smart with the puck and not getting too fancy with it. It's okay to be selective if you're trying to do something with the puck. It's one thing if you're trying to be too fancy and cute and you start turning it over, because Chicago's defense has been playing extremely well. Chow out of nowhere has really just taken himself to another level playing in these games that is helping support the rest of those guys to do some of the stuff that they're doing, in my opinion.
Well, like I've been saying all season to you guys, playoffs are a whole new beast.
Sure.
You know, teams come out of nowhere. You know, like, what was it, LA a few seasons ago? We had them all written off in the wild card, and then all of a sudden they're in the finals against, I think it was Buffalo at the time, and they had J Claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're correct.
You know, people had Chicago written out because, you know, this season, you know, and they're like, no, we're gonna end. You know, we're gonna end LA, we're gonna end Anaheim, and we're gonna go to the finals. So
it's definitely going to be a good series.
I will say that Kaz has reached out and asked Sibs to do commentary for the finals. So that's something that Kaz is gonna get linked up with Sibs about and have him Monday and Tuesday. Is he gonna do Tuesday too, Kaz? I definitely know he said he'd do Monday, right?
I don't know if he's gonna do Tuesday. I mean, I know one thing he needs is our lines for both teams to be done and given to him.
Yeah.
My lines are already done and it's all set. everybody gave me their availability, so I played them, put them in when they were available, and we just need to get him our lines. Someone has to stream. I mean, I do stream, but I have the goalie view. So I know Ransom also streams, but he doesn't use the score in the corner. So
my end are either be Chow or Stoner. One of them.
But there are a few things requirements he requires for your streams. So whoever streams would have to get in contact with him. He needs like the play-by-play from the announcer turned off and all that stuff.
Yeah, we can get that all sorted out over there.
Yeah. Well, definitely after this, Kaz will hit you up 5 and get you the info from Sibs so he can have it going. And so, but we got that to look forward to with you guys. I'm sure we'll get Pliss to post up the link when Sibs goes live with the broadcast of the finals with you guys. And really, I mean, I wish you again both best of luck. And obviously, it's going to be an interesting series on both sides on the style of play, and again how you guys go into this. Kaz, is this your first time in the finals?
First time as a GM. Second time I went once as a player.
Who were you with when you went as a player?
It was season 19 or 20 or something like that. I would have to actually
Chicago.
It was Jay Scott was my GM.
Yeah, you were Chicago. Then you lost. You went against Reaper's team then.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. And then I believe we lost.
Yes, because 19 was Reaper's first one. Because I became a GM after that. I was a GM in season 20. No, I was a season 19. I was a GM, and I had 5 Point on my team. And then season 20, I went and did the deed and got my first one. So
yeah, I know I haven't won it, but this will be my second one there, first as a GM.
So. And 5, this is your first time there, right?
Oh, you already know.
I do know. I just wanted to ask you, bud. Still put it out there. It's first time going.
Oh, the first round bye was the farthest I made it.
Now you're sitting in the finals. You drafted. You guys did a great job in the draft. Obviously, I had you both ranked very high from the beginning, and like I said, Chicago's roster I loved from the get, and just had my doubts on how things would work out. And here you guys are. You're both in the finals, and obviously I'm tilted. I'm going to lean toward the East, and I'm picking the Rangers to win. But I mean, nothing against it. I would be happy with either of you guys winning, and super excited to have you as champions of the league, representing season 26 with the cup.
I appreciate that, and I think you're the first person to say that they're actually rooting for the Rangers.
Why wouldn't I? Come on, man! I represent my coast. When I was in the West, I was all wested up, and now I'm in the East. I'm gonna be East up. Come on.
Yeah, everybody was all, I mean, I get it. Everybody wants the Blackhawks to win because, everybody's had us written as the champions, and they just want to see the underdog to win. And if I'm gonna say if, because I'm rooting for our team, obviously. If Chicago beats us, I'm not gonna be upset because 5.0 is a good man and he's built a good squad over there, and obviously, they built the better team. So,
likewise for me.
And especially with all you've been through, how many seasons in a row did you had a great roster and things just didn't work out?
Way too many.
Yeah, so I mean, you've definitely hit your bumps, and you're where you deserve to be here.
Well,
so.
Well, I will say, gentlemen, thank you for being on. Best of luck to both of you again. And as always, be kind to each other on and off the ice, everybody. Virtual hockey player lives matter.